So today I was reminded about a chat exchange that I had with a client a few years back. She had a German Shepherd puppy. The puppy was growling at her. So I asked her a few questions, trying to get to the bottom of why the puppy could have been growling at her. Apparently, she had been saying no quite often to the dog in a shouting or frustrated manner. She would even say no and then grab something from the dog, yank something out of its mouth. She would say it in a very frustrated manner, and her dog would also be frustrated by that. No was said so often that the dog was thinking, well, it doesn't seem like I can do anything right. I think the first problem is that we don't really understand what the word no means, or we don't really get to convey that to the dog. So to me, no means that's not what I want. But no also means after I say it, I would offer what I do want. Well, let me give you a human example. If I train in your home, after we're done, I want to wash my hands because they're dirty from all the treats that I was handling. I would probably ask you, hey, can I wash my hands? And you would likely say yes, and then I would likely head straight for the kitchen sink. Let's just say you don't want me to use the kitchen sink for whatever reason. Chances are you will say the powder room is down the hall. For some reason, when we tell humans no or don't do that, we more often than not offer what the alternative is. But for some reason, when it's dogs we're talking to, we just say no, and then crickets. Nothing after that. And it's funny that we would offer the alternative to the humans who, would probably figure it out. But it's the dogs who won't figure out what they could be doing instead, yet we don't offer that information. The way I teach it when I train is I will say down, and then the dog sits instead. I would say no, and then I would follow that with a down, okay? And then if the dog does lie down, I would reward it. To me, that's the proper way of using the word no. You might ask, so it's only when they do something else, something other than what you asked for? No, not necessarily. The dog could be putting its paws up on the kitchen counter, counter surfing, and you could still say no, come. And if the dog comes to you, you can reward it. Or if you're right next to the dog and the dog puts its paws up on the kitchen counter, you could say no, and then you can say sit. And if it sits, you can reward it for sitting, and so on. So to me, no is when your dog is doing something you don't like, or doing something other than what you asked for. So it's whether you asked for it or not. But you say it non-emotionally, and then you offer what the alternative behavior is. And then if they do it, you can reward them. Do not concentrate so much on what the dog should not be doing. Say no, and then work on what the dog could be doing or should be doing instead. Why don't you try that this weekend? That's my weekend challenge. Every time your dog does something you don't like, or you ask your dog to do something but they did something else instead, I would like you to say the word no, but non-emotionally, and then ask them for an alternative behavior. And if they do that alternative behavior, please reward them. All right. Bye.